Alright, what's going on at YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're doing a bike check on my wife's Specialized Ariel. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content we got on this channel. So the bike behind me, this is I think the only bike that's hanging in my garage that I have not talked about much on this channel. Sure, we've done upgrades to it, but I've never really done a full bike check, talk about what is actually on this bike. So this behind me, this is a 2016 Specialized Ariel disc. So we bought this back in 2016 and it's been a fun bike for my wife. This is our nice upgrade off of riding a beach cruiser in Hawaii. This was her bike to upgrade to go longer distances, faster, more reliably, and more comfortable. So with my wife, we didn't want to get her a road bike. She's not comfortable with the drop bars and the tires are very skinny. And if you're a person who's never ridden a road bike, those tires are pretty small. It's kind of concerning sometimes when you see a tire that small of how you're actually going to balance on that. And then she didn't need a mountain bike. She's not going off-road into the mountains and mountain biking. So that's how we ended up with a hybrid bike for her. So there is a lot going on with this bike and it makes it kind of a special bike. You don't see bikes like this very often anymore. So we'll go ahead, we'll start up with the handlebars here first and we'll kind of work our way to the back of the bike. So up here at the front, and of course the wheel set on this, these are a 700C wheel. These are a 700 by 38 tire on here and they work really good. They have a little bit of a knobbiness to them, kind of like a gravel bike tire I guess you could say. They're similar along the lines of a gravel tire, but also a good commuter tire. They work really well in the street, really low rolling resistance. These have good puncture protection as well. I don't believe she's had any punctures on this bike to this day. So over the years, these tires have done her really well for puncture protection and keeping her riding on the bike and not having any problems out there. The other thing that makes this bike pretty unique is the brakes. This has hydraulic disc brakes on here. This has Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. And it's something you didn't see much back in 2016. Most of these bikes still have V-brakes or road styles, single pivot brakes. This one has hydraulic disc brakes. And the thing that works really well for her on this bike is they have really good modulation. She's able to control how much she's braking, be able to stop on a dime, have consistent braking feel. Whereas if you have rim brakes, if it gets wet, they don't grip as good. The disc brakes, especially hydraulic disc brakes, work very well for her. And they work great on this bike with little to no maintenance. I don't think I've really touched these brakes since she's bought it, and they've had no problem at all. And then of course this one here has a suspension fork on here. So this is a very small suspension fork. This has, I believe, it's about 50 millimeters of travel. They're very small. And really what that is just to help absorb bumps on the road. It's not meant to be taken super intense mountain biking or super intense downhill. It's just made to absorb bumps on the road and keep you comfortable. But with that, this one also does have a lockout as well. So if you wanted to ride fully rigid and you're just riding on the road, don't need the suspension fork soaking away any of your power, you can lock the fork out. And then when you go hit some gravel trails again, you can just open that guy back up and you're right back to how it was. It's a pretty nice feature for this. Up on the front we have the bar flies, the dirt flies, the gravel bike fender, and it works really well. It actually fits in the fork, under the fork crown grate, fits around the tire really good. It works as you would see it off like a Mucky Nuts fender that you find on a mountain bike. It works really well, but has a little bit more of a sleek, low profile look, and it works really well for this bike and just the design of the fork and the tire. It works way better than you would find just a standard mountain bike fender on here. And it looks pretty cool as well. Moving up from there, go to the handlebars. And this bike is relatively still original. There's not much on this bike we have changed. We of course did change the grips. This has some ESI extra chunkies on here, and she likes those. They're super comfortable. I ran ESI grips on my mountain bike. My road bike has ESI tape. I really enjoy it. It's super comfortable, and so that's why she has these on here. They make her hands super comfortable. Doesn't make her hands fall asleep as much. Like I've said before in other videos, contact points are the main thing to focus on your bike. It means your grips, your pedals, and your saddle. Everything else up here is pretty much original. Some of you guys have noticed this little pad up here. This little pad is actually for her Garmin watch. So my wife, instead of having like a Garmin computer that I have for my bikes, my wife actually wears a Garmin watch, and she wears that pretty much every single day. And that's one of those like smart watches where you can check your phone calls, messages, all that on there, but it also can record your rides, walks, whatever you want to do. So she uses that versus a computer. And what this little mount does is allows her to strap her Garmin watch up on the handlebars. And it kind of acts as like a faux wrist, so it has enough surface area that the watch can actually grip onto that and hold it in place, and then she can view it as a cycling computer as she's riding. Now, is that something that's for everybody? No, it just makes it so it's easy for her to see what's going on her ride. A lot of people just wear it on her wrist. She likes having it up here, and it works great for her. Moving back from the front of the bike, we kind of move back here, we got the Fidlock water bottle cage here. I did a video all about that on this bike, where the water bottle actually will clip and lock into place on these studs, and then you can just twist it and it pops right off. And then she has just a standard cage on here as well, so she's able to carry two different water bottles on here. as would be good just to make sure you're hydrated. Especially here in Reno, where a lot of times when she takes out her bike, it's summer and it gets hot here in the summer. So having multiple hydration methods to 2 water bottles, it makes a difference when the weather is nice and hot. And then she has, of course, just a mini pump over here. This is actually my old mini pump that I've had on bikes for a really long time. She has this on here just in case of any flat tires, needing to pump up a tire while she's out on the trail or out riding around. She has that as a resource for her. It's always good to be prepared on your own bike. That way you can fix your own stuff. Even if you can't fix your own things, you have the equipment necessary for someone else to come and help you. Then we'll move back to the drivetrain on this bike. And again, this bike is from 2016. Things were a little different in 2016. This bike has a 3x8 drivetrain. So it has 3 gears up in the front, 8 gears in the rear. It's not something you see very common anymore on really any bike. You don't see a 3x much except for your budget bikes. This one works really well with the style of bike this is. It's kind of made to do anything and go anywhere you want to go with a paved or a gravel path. So having both your really low gear and your really high gear lets you kind of pick your gear and pick and choose between those. And then having 8 gears on the back, not super wide range cassette, but having those 8 gears on the back to complement those 3 gears on the front, it gives it the gearing it needs to go wherever it needs to go. And with that being said, it's just kind of a basic drivetrain. There's nothing fancy about it. It's a Shimano Altus drivetrain, Shimano Altus derailleurs, shifters, all of that. And it just works. It works really good. I haven't had any problems with it. I don't have to really adjust it much. Haven't had any issues with the derailleur coming out of adjustment. Everything's worked really good on those. And then of course we've got this big guy on the back. She has a bike rack on the back here. So she used to commute on this bike to work, and having this rack allowed her to attach a pannier onto the side so that she could carry her change of clothes, her bag, whatever she needed to carry, she could stick in that bag on the side and it wouldn't get in the way. She wouldn't have to carry a backpack with her. It could all fit in this bag and she wouldn't have to worry about carrying it on her person. Then when she got to work, she could just unclip it and off she went to work. Now it's still on here because she still uses this. She doesn't use the pannier as much, but she uses my bag that actually mounts up on the top here to carry her supplies. She uses that to carry her bag, her snacks, whatever, right up here on the top of this rack. And that works really well for her. It's not something she really wants to get rid of because she uses that rack pretty often and she likes how it fits. It works really well for her needs, and if she needs to carry something, she's able to on this bike, no problem at all. Coming up here, of course, she has her saddle bag. This is from the phase where our saddle bags are still really cool. This contains all the stuff she needs to make a tire repair in here. So this bag has a tube and tire levers in here. Pretty much what she needs to replace the tube on this bike and then get back riding. Like I said, it's good to carry the stuff you need. That way, even if you can't repair it yourself, someone else can come and help you and you have the stuff you need to repair it. Contact points on here, saddle. This is the original saddle that came on the Specialized Ariel. She likes this saddle. We keep it there. It works great. Down here, of course, we do have the Puroma pedals. I did a video review on these about a year ago. These are the cheapest pedals I could find on Amazon for a nylon pedal with the metal pins in here. These were a nice upgrade for her, going away from just a standard plastic pedal. This is something that has a little bit more grip, so her foot's not sliding around on the pedal as much. And she's like these. And you can tell these have been ridden and worn quite a bit, and she likes these as the upgrade over the plastic pedal. She doesn't have to worry about her foot sliding around on the pedal near as much as she used to. And really, that's about it for the bike. There is one thing, you guys will notice this yellow sticker here. I've talked about this in a previous video. This is actually a Hawaii bike registration sticker. There's one on here. There was one on my road bike. I actually finally took mine off my road bike. She would like to keep hers here, so it's still here. This was essentially another way in Hawaii to identify the bike as yours in addition to the serial number on the bottom of the frame. This was essentially your license saying this is my bike, and it helps people find your bike if it were to get stolen. Bike theft in Hawaii is a big thing. So just a little side note there, that's what that yellow sticker is. Just when you buy a bike in Hawaii, you get a bike registration sticker and you stick it on your bike to confirm that it is your bike. So, I think this is the last bike in the garage that I haven't really done a bike check on. We've done stuff to it over the years, but I haven't really done a bike check and told you what this bike is all about. If you learned something or enjoyed the video, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys, love answering questions you guys have, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.